Welcome everybody to DocPoint, the Helsinki Documentary Film Festival, and the only film festival in Finland dedicated to documentary. And it's also the 20th birthday or anniversary of DocPoint this year, so happy birthday to DocPoint. And now we have the director of School of Hope. Oh, I should have practiced how to pronounce your name, but maybe you can introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Mohamed El ABoudi, the director of School of Hope.
Yes, a fantastic film taking place in a school in Morocco. Mohammed, could you talk a little bit about how you came across this story? What was the birth process?
Well, it was actually a long process. Uh, First of all, I was actually thinking um, to make a film about education in general because uh, you know when I was a kid, I lived actually in a small village where there was no school at that time. So for us, it was like we need to walk about 9 to 10 kilometers every morning and the evening. So the school was in another village, and the worst actually it was like winter. It was fun, but it was horrible. So because we have rivers, we need to cross them, and that was the top of the story. Sometimes when this is a river and this is floody, so we stay in the outside. So we stay the whole day there playing and having fun. So we didn't go to school. So it was horrible, and same time it was terrible because it was scary to go to cross those river. So in any way, so it started like these ideas was always coming up to me, and then I was starting to ask questions. How is the system now in Morocco? So then I went to Morocco, and they went, of course, to go to to search for like places which like they are not really like in big towns or some stuff like that. But anyway, some outskirts of towns or a little bit in high mountains of Atlas or deserts or some stuff like that. So the first things which I did, I went to the Atlas Mountains and I was searching for schools. I have been with a lot of people there, visited a lot of schools, but then one professor came to me and said to me, "Hey, be careful if you are planning to work in Atlas Mountains. So you should know that during the winter, you are either in or out." Because the snow is horrible, the roads are cut. So if you are that rich, you have helicopter to take you out or in, you are welcome. If not, then forget about it. So that was actually the first point. Then I meet another professor. He said to me, actually, I'm going to take you to one school which is really interesting, and you will see if you liked it. So we went to the School of Hope. And the first time when I came there, I thought like actually it is a joke. Like, is that really a school? It's a small house and no student, no one around there, and it was hot. It was during summer, really like some 47, 8 degrees and stuff like that. And I said, okay, well, is there anyone here? Is there? Yeah. If you want, we can go to see people. And then I end up meeting nomads, and they were really so happy people, a lot of sense of humor, joking and stuff. And then when they start to tell me the stories, I find out actually those people, they are not fighting only the government of Morocco because of schools and education for the kids, but also the nature. They were actually hit by the drought for more than 15 years. And then they say, okay, well, that sounds interesting, this place. I think that is my place then. So this is how it starts actually. Yeah.
And can you talk a little bit about how long was the process? How long did you film in total? Because you had a Finnish crew, didn't you? So you must have made a few different trips. And how long did you stay at each time and so on?
Yeah, well, the whole process was about 4 years. So of course I was working with the Finnish crew, and then as some people, they were asking just today, it was actually in another interview, and they asked me what was the difficulties you have. So what the first difficulties which we have, it was actually toilets, because at the area there is absolutely no toilet, and they have Finnish crew, and mainly women. Sometimes they were majority women, so this plain area, and that was really horrible for us to in the beginning to cope with. So uh, yeah, it was actually a Finnish crew, and yeah.
And you did how many trips in total?
Uh,
Do you remember?
I think we have many trips. I think at least every year we went during the summer and winter, and then the third one could be in March. So I think like some just shooting. It was about like I think 5 or 6
Mm.
trips
And
before.
how did, sorry, go on.
Yeah. No, I'm saying that this is just like shooting
Yes,
trips. But
yes.
before that, the research, I was there like another like a year or year and a half, just going there to meet people and again and meeting these and contacting people, because it was really hard to contact people because they are really living separately, far away from each other, some 15 kilometers and stuff like that. And so it was, yeah, it would took me like 1 year and a half research. Yeah.
And what was the point when you decided who are your main characters? Because obviously you follow the school, but you have some central characters. Did you decide that during the research process, or while you were filming or editing, or?
No, yeah, I in the beginning I was actually thinking I'm going to follow the teacher, because I heard that they are having a new teacher coming to the school, and for me it was like he will be the main character, the central character. But then after that, I heard that one professor just came there for a month and he disappeared. Then I say, wait, no, we can't do that. So I need to follow both teacher and kids for a while to see how does it work. And after the second or the third shooting session, then I said, okay, I'm going to follow those 3 guys because they're very important, very interesting, and then I could get something from them. But the professor was always staying with me, so we were like lucky to have him along the process. So yeah, at the beginning was the teacher, but then we changed to the kids, and then I find actually the 3 characters which I want to follow.
And could you talk a little bit about the visual language of the film? I mean, it's of course it's an observational film, and in a way kind of classically cinematic, but very stunning. And I, as a filmmaker myself, I was really admiring the calm and beautiful camera work, and um, how you managed that in these circumstances. Did you have a lot of discussions with your DOP about the camera work, or how did that come about, the style?
Actually, after my second visit to the place, um, I have the idea that even in my script, which I was writing, is the landscape is going to be one of the main characters.
Mm.
So and it is actually as a main character, even it is not clear for the but the landscape is talking sometimes, is telling us a lot. So when I started to shoot the film, I already talked about that. We were planning even the type of zooms we are going to use, type of cameras, even the format and all that stuff. So that's everything was like planned from the beginning. That's because of the landscape. So we need to have a little bit to film it more carefully, more thoughtful, not just like a normal documentary. So it was really like for me, I love the landscape, and they want to have it present in the film. So that's why actually it was more planned beforehand. Yes.
Yeah, because there's a lot of you use tripod. It
Uh,
seems, I spotted that, or otherwise you have an extra camera person with a very steady hands.
yes. Yeah. We were actually using steady sometimes with the kids, not much, but we were actually following, especially the kids. It was actually steady camp, and then we have actually used, even when we were filming, the landscape was always, not always, we didn't succeed always, but 4K. So it was like from the beginning. So that's why I actually want to bring the stunning of the landscape to the audience. I want to drag the audience to get to live with me, to see where these people they live, to share with them the same feelings, same atmosphere, same harshness, the same beauty. So that was actually from the beginning.
And I mean, you're obviously from Morocco, and I know a little bit of your previous work as well. You often make films in Morocco. Have you ever thought why that is, or is there something? Often as filmmakers, we want to grasp something or understand something about the world, or something like this. Do you think that there's a recurring theme in your films, and a reason why you keep depicting stories in Morocco?
Um, I think uh, yeah, you are right, but I think for a filmmaker, I think you yourself, you're a filmmaker, and you know that too, that you prefer to work in something which you are really close to. You are very, I mean, you share emotions, you share perhaps some problems, you share some, um, I mean, something which touches you first, and you want to know about it. So I think it's for me. I find more drama in Morocco than in Finland. Of course, I'm now planning a new film, which perhaps is going to be in Finland. But for me, it's Morocco is more like very um, how I'm going to say it, like a source of source of pain, if you want, source of some kind of, because me, I would love, I love to work on social, political, and something that touches me first.
Mm.
So that's why perhaps I find myself more towards Morocco than anywhere else. But of course, I'm open to anything, even in Finland. So yeah, but that is
And
not a
and
point.
as somebody who doesn't really know anything or much about the kind of issues or challenges that there are with education in Morocco, is this like, you said you wanted to begin with make a film about education? Is there some sort of persistent issue with education in Morocco that you specifically wanted to tackle? Because for me, as somebody who doesn't really isn't familiar with the society, there was almost this dualism with between the old way of life and modern way of life, and this kind of things. Is this an aspect of it, or are there other aspects of education in Morocco that you wanted to tackle?
Um, well, the first thing is which I find in this place. um, it was a little bit for me surprised that this house, it is not a school. I mean, it is not like built by the government.
Mm,
This house is built by only the locals.
mm,
The professor is not really paid by the government. He's paid by only the locals, and then still those people, they want to educate themselves. They educate their kids. So for me, was like the government doesn't care about a certain areas in Morocco, because they don't bring anything. That area is only for nomads. You are nomads, stay there as a nomad, and who cares about you? But then if you go to Casablanca, Rabat, big towns, of course, yeah, there is, of course, the schools, they are very, very, very well built and stuff. But still, I'm saying the system is not really that good. It is not really the in Morocco. Actually, the system doesn't encourage you to study and to go further in your, I mean, to make your own choice, to be educated, to question things on. No, that is actually the problem which we have in the system of Morocco. So they teach us to listen, to obey, and that's it. And that we saw also in that school. People, they can study for 1 year, 2 years with that minimum things, and definitely they will get out. So that's the end of the thing. So we called education, but it is not education. It is just like trying perhaps to learn how to write your name, or even perhaps after a while you will forget it.
Mm,
So yeah, there is quite a big problem in the system of
mm.
Morocco.
And lastly, could you tell me a little bit about what you're working on next? Is there a recurring theme, or are you continuing with education topic?
No,
Or
well, my new stuff, because I can't work now in Morocco because of the Corona problems, this COVID. So I'm working actually in a new things, which is about I call it like the last page, which is like me. People will start to think about retirement, and then what about foreigners when they get retired? So where is their place? Is it here? Is it somewhere else? Is it really true they could return back to their own country and they will find out what they are waiting for? They will stay here. They have kids. Is it really this is the best place to stay, to live? You Finns, you have some kind of guide. You have your father, your mother, and you will follow the same step they did, and that is here where you're born. But for us, I think it is a big question. Actually, I think this is going to be the lost generation in somehow, because most of the people they return back to their country of birth, they didn't find the society the way how they lived when they left. They don't have friends. They don't have security. They don't have anything. So they return back here. Oh, again, same. Because when you grow, you start always to live with your history. You live with old stuff, and then the old stuff doesn't exist here. They exist somewhere else. So this is really the topic which I'm looking forward to to work on, as also personal things. Question. I'm asking myself those questions. So yeah, this is my next, if it will happen one day.
I think most people would rather, I don't know, spend their retirement days in a tapas place in Spain than in a retirement home in Finland. But
Yeah.
that, but that sounds really fascinating and really like a global topic as well. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
look forward to seeing, and best of luck with this film. I'm
Thank you.
sure it will travel to festivals all over
Thank you
the
very
world.
much. Thanks a lot.
Also, Mohammed, instead of flowers this year, DocPoint has decided to grant you with a piece of ancient forest from Finland. So you will be getting a certificate in the post.
Okay.
Um, and you are now the proud owner of part of Finnish forest, wherever you end up as a retired man.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.